But we're here now.
So you remember a little while ago when uh, we were talking about the what's it called? Um, Shoot, I just had this thought where Wizards of the Coast was gonna try to say that they owned anything that was about D&D.
Yeah, the open game license debacle.
Open game license. Yeah. Um, I got to thinking about it, and I did some looking, and I realized with about 20 hours of work, I could probably build a like an Excel spreadsheet version of like the D&D Beyond character sheets where you just like it's like, oh, level up, go in and like, you know, just do like a bunch of using like a bunch of like logic stuff. I could probably rebuild
That's a great idea.
the majority of the sheet into something usable in Excel if I had to.
I've done that before, and it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I used Google Sheets, I think,
Yeah.
but mine were kind of custom. They were for the Stargate campaign,
Yep.
which was not as well planned out as I would have hoped it to be. But it's a different conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
I think it
Dan.
was pretty well planned out.
Well, thank you. Yeah, Zach.
Um, can you tell me how much experience points we get? I wanted to see what the options were at level 5, and so I bumped my character up to level 5, and I forgot that it was going to reset my XP.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I think.
Zach, for future reference, there's a way that like if you go to your character builder and
Mhm.
like scroll down, you can see stuff that's like available at higher levels.
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
yeah.
You're just shy of 6100, so I think 6100 would be just a fair place to put yourself.
Okay.
It's probably not going to make much difference.
I have 6,071.
Yep. Why don't you make that an even 6100 if it for those of you who don't have it. That way it's just easier. I'd rather keep you all at the same level of XP. And there's really not a huge reason to have them all completely accurate on D&D Beyond as long as you're at the right level. And we know what the
I just forgot to add my XP from last time.
Oh, okay. Let's just make it a flat 6100 then. Just
Perfect.
for simplicity's sake, because
I love it.
I don't know if I told you this, but when I went to go check, it's like, oh man, we're almost level 5. I went to go see what I could do at level 5. I noticed that I had not chosen like my feat or ability score increase from level 4 because I was going to do some research and I just forgot to set it. So I've been playing without that since we leveled up to 4. And I felt really ridiculous that I went almost an entire level without upgrading.
Oh no! I'm glad you
But
got that
it's
sorted
fine.
out.
I took a feat and it's gonna be absolutely broken.
As any good ranger should.
What's your feat?
Piercer.
Oh, that sounds fun. What does that do?
Once per turn, when I hit a creature with an attack that deals piercing damage, so my bow, I can re-roll one of the attack's damage dice, and I must use the new roll. So really, I get a re-roll of 1, is what I get.
Nice. Yeah, there's some
and then when I get a critical hit, that I can re-roll 2 dice.
There's some cool monsters, like I think the Black Dragon has the opportunity to just decide, nope, I don't fail, and re-roll an N1 just whenever.
Yeah.
That's just one monster, for example, which I think that's kind of a little broken, but also really useful if you want the thing to be really powerful.
Well, and like, if you're talking about challenging a group of like 5 or 4 or 5 level 15 characters, like, you're gonna need something. You're gonna need some BS. Like, and then like then you get into like layer actions, and it gets intense.
Yes. I was going to drop a layer action on you with the giant serpent dragon, but I didn't end up doing that. I thought it was just way too early. You were all level 2.
Yeah,
Your
I didn't
music
realize.
is very loud.
Oh,
It is very young.
sorry. I had no idea.
I think I definitely did not have a solid understanding of how much stronger that serpent was than I thought. Like,
It was
I'm like,
based
no, man,
off of a young
chipping
black
away.
dragon.
we're making it happen. And then you came and then like Cassandra came and she's like, yeah, it's not that really hurt. I mean, it looks a little hurt. You've done something. I was like, I'm running out of spell slots. I've been rolling pretty good. He's not that hurt. We should probably go.
No, this is camp, like interactions like that really like help me like bring out and like take pride in like my type B side. Like, I got no problem being like, well, we tried, boys. Let's go. Run. You gotta know when to fold them. So come on.
Gotta know when to hold them.
Exactly. I knew someone would know.
Know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away,
know when to run. You better count your blessings.
Fly, you fools!
What?
Gandalf.
Fly, you fools!
Exactly.
Okay, Gandalf. All right, shall
I
we?
mean, I'm sure Kenny Rogers is a Gandalf in and of himself. Look at his beard.
Let's jump right into it. I've had kind of a weird night, a weird day, and so I got some really hurried planning in, but I don't really. I have maybe 2 maps tonight, so it's gonna be a little bit of theater of the mind here.
You good with that?
Wow, I just realized I made a really derpy misspelling on my notes. Okay. Where did we leave off? I believe we left off. You had just gotten back to your raft with Winston.
Yeah.
You met up with Winston. You had been at Yelyark,
Yeah, that should be on the map, right? Yep.
Yep. It's the tribe of Batiri goblins that focus on like domesticating giant ants. You ended up using their escape mechanism as a method of getting rid of your foes, and you catapulted them at least several hundred feet, along with a dead Queen Grabstab. And you also collected an amulet from her by recommendation of Keegan, your old man friend, who's telling you that amulet is worth more than it might otherwise appear.
Something about some sort of powerful guardian?
Yeah, it's a
ancient
amulet
guardian
that
thing.
controls some sort of thing that used to guard a wizard.
All right, guys, we found the remote control for the drones.
Great, maybe we can use them to hunt down that necromancer.
So we pick up on the riverside. I think we basically had you just spend the night there. And it's the next morning. So, are you gonna go ahead and continue? Are you going back to Yelyark or not? I don't remember.
I think
No.
we're trying to head to Camp Vengeance. There was another one. I think it's being covered up by the hexagons.
Yeah.
Camp Righteous.
Yep, that's the one.
We were headed there, but now I thought we were going to investigate this amulet situation.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I just know we
Yeah.
were heading down the river originally.
Keegan is going to pull out of his like single bag that he had with belongings. He's going to pull out of that bag a rolled up piece of parchment, and on it is a scribbled map. It's quite rough, and I'm going to draw for you on this actual player's map. I'm going to do it in let's see, dark blue. The map, it shows something like this.
Oh wow.
I did not
Okay, that's
mean it
pretty.
to be that large. There we go. So that's
So
it's. He says it's guaranteed to be a little bit inaccurate, but that's the general sense of where you need to go in order to get to this thing.
we're still looking at like 3 days from the river just to get there, right?
Something like that.
Does he know what this thing is?
Yeah, it's he refers to it as like a statue almost, but it's one that can be animated.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's a guardian. It guards the mages.
Right. I was thinking if he had any more information on like how to get there.
He does. He knows.
Or like what we're looking for, right? So we can like find clues.
Yeah, he's got.
Maybe not how to get there, but
On the parchment, he reads out to you. I know that there's going to be some very dense vegetation before we get there. The jungle is going to get really, really thick, and it's going to be kind of hard going. But there is a path. It's probably pretty densely overgrown. It's going to an old, not temple. What's it called? Shrine. That's it. It's going to a really old shrine, and that's where it has last been seen. I haven't seen it myself, and I think we're gonna have to go through a tunnel through a small hill as part of it too, but that shouldn't take very long.
okay.
And then he gives you a little bit of context from Yelyark, and he says, I don't speak Goblin, but I know a little bit. I'm quite rusty, but from what I understand, this is a place that the goblins go to and worship this guardian. They kind of worship it like it's a god, and they aren't the only ones. There's actually there's a few other tribes of something. I couldn't tell what it was, but there is some sort of a pact that there will be no violence on this plot of land where Vorn is.
Wait. So you're telling me that there's goblins and other, I'm guessing, probably not very smart creatures that worship this thing as a god, and we have the control mechanism? Because I'm hearing goblin army. That's what I'm hearing.
Same here.
I'm hearing man behind the curtain moment, and all of a sudden, we got no problems. Just send the goblin army out in front to, soak up the zombies, and then we just roll in behind them all the way to this city. I mean, I'm just saying, goblin army sounds fun. I'm here for it.
Yep.
And if we have to pretend to be a deity, we have to pretend to be a deity to do that. I'm okay with it. I'm just saying.
Should I really help? Hey,
This
could be really good for taking out the necromancer, because then it solves both the problem of the cannibalistic goblins and the necromancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two birds, one stone. One amulet.
I just want to play God.
Oh dear.
Let's go.
Well, let's see. I think we're gonna need to spend at least probably close to half a day on the river before we need to trek off into the forest. It's likely we're gonna have to do quite a bit of walking. So
Maybe you guys are going to have to do a bit of walking. I will be riding Winston. Or Shark Khan.
He's gonna ask if you have like supplies for food and water because he doesn't, and he could use some help with that.
I say we go foraging. I explained that, like, back in my village, foraging was the best way. Gardening was just so tedious, and you had to take care of it every day and stuff. Nature usually gives you what you need, especially if there's this many plants around.
Right.
I mean,
because we're probably running low on food too.
We are not running low on food. Not even close to running low on food.
But Elvira would like some fruits and veggies as well as like whatever meats we have.
Okay. Petal has. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Petal has been doing a lot of curing of meats and foraging on the way.
A lot of jerky making.
So
you found there.
We have a lot of food and water, and also I can create good berry at the end of the day before I get all my spell slots back. And then we get, like, worst case scenario, we can just eat good berry forever.
Okay, question, Dan?
Yeah.
So we're right here at the red, right? How do I do the ping thing? Where
you click and
hold
hold.
down, there you go.
We're in this hex, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right on that black dot. You see that black dot? If not, I'll draw it in a circle.
Right here?
Well, that's not
okay.
black. That's yellow.
Same thing.
There we go.
Okay. So here's my plan. So it looks like. Okay, how do I say this? It looks like the closest point that black line is his map, right?
Yeah, that's the river, the black line. Are you dragging the arrow?
Yes.
So that's the river that you're dragging the arrow from right now.
Yes.
Yeah, the one that I just made a deep purple color. That's the one on his map.
Okay. So it's the same distance to get there. So that's the like closest point on the river to like get to where that map ends, right? But it's the same distance from Camp Vengeance. I presume that's Camp Vengeance.
Yeah, that's Camp Vengeance.
So I say we make for Camp Vengeance, and then we can leave our animals in a place where they will hopefully, presumably, be safe.
I like this. And we can learn a little more about what is guarding too, possibly.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm good with that. I mean, I think either way, we still got to take. Well, do you want to do Camp Vengeance or Camp Righteous? Because the only issue there is it sounds like the going is pretty rough if we don't take the trail, right? Like
the river could get a lot worse. Yeah.
Like, isn't that what the guy said? What our guy said was that, like, deeper into the jungle gets super dense, and it's going to be really hard to travel not going through the trail.
Yep, that's what Keegan said. Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you guys want to try to, like, bushwhack our own way there from Camp Vengeance, I'm good with it. Petal is going to be fine. That's kind of how he lives his life.
Flaming sword, I think that's good for bushwhacking.
I mean, if you guys want to do that, I'm down. Yeah, we can go the hard way.
I can just walk behind y'all.
I'm going to be riding Shark Khan, so
right.
We'll probably be going across the trees because we're dope like that.
Elvira's just like, Firebolt! Firebolt!
No, Elvira's lazy. She's going to stand right behind Guy in your blade of flaming or whatever.
Okay.
Like a wind tunnel, but for laziness.
Well, so, for my clarity, where are you going to first? Where are you aiming for?
Camp Vengeance.
Camp Vengeance?
We should at least check Camp Righteous out. I mean, we should at least stop there.
The big city.
I suppose.
I mean, we might be able to sell some things.
We are not buying any more animals.
Well, you could use a mount unless you want to start trying to train Gary's giant cougar.
I don't have that anymore.
What happened to his giant cougar?
It disappeared.
Oh, that's right, it ran off. Yeah, you need a mount then. Because Winston is only, like, Winston's big, but we're not going to be able to take Winston up through the thick vegetation if we're hacking our own way. Unless, I mean, we could, I suppose, just go really, really slow. Because he munches his way through.
Well, I'll see what I see. And see what I see.
Okay, I'm just saying.
If I get a mount, Guy, are you wanting to get a mount? Because then we'd all have to have one.
Well, I mean, up to you guys. I have no problem going slow on Charcon's back. I just, if we have to go cross country on foot, sucks.
I'll see what I see.
So, quick thing for Elvira. I remember a conversation that you had with me. You know that there are some creatures that could be tameable and rideable that were at Yelyark. You only heard them, and you didn't see them. But
could get one of those.
A warg.
No, I think it was like a raptor.
Yeah, do a quick nature check. It wouldn't be that hard. You were clearly interested in it, so I'd say it's probably a little bit easier for you to
4
identify. 4? Okay, let me roll a die here.
14 for nature.
14?
17.
17. Oh, I don't need to roll at all. Yes,
18.
They were absolutely raptors.
Can you ride raptors?
They're huge. Yeah, you could absolutely ride a raptor. People ride ostriches in races. And they're pretty much the same. Not the same thing, but
tiny little emaciated people.
Are you calling Elvira fat?
The raptors.
You don't know her?
The raptors
Zacharias?
in my Tomb of Annihilation are rideable. I don't know about the official one, but I want them to be rideable. So, answer's yes.
No, I'm here for it.
Raptors were bigger than ostriches. Yeah,
I'm full here for it. Like for sure. I was excited.
Like riding a tauntaun. Okay, but listen, I wanted to surprise you. Petal doesn't know any of this. Petal doesn't know. No one knows I'm looking for one of these.
Okay.
She's gonna surprise the group, so everyone act surprised.
Okay. Next time I'll be a little more subtle about it.
No, this is good role-playing practice. Everyone act surprised. Act surprised.
All right.
And now I'm gonna message you, Dan. From here on out, it will be a surprise.
Okay.
Real shock and awe.
Let's say if you do a difficult nature check for each hex you travel in, you can look for signs that they've been in the nearby area. And if you find something, I'll let you know, and then you can decide whether or not you want to try to do something about
Does
it.
difficult mean rolling with disadvantage?
No, it just means it's going to be high DC. So it's probably going to be like 14 or above, depending on the terrain. It's not really necessary for me to say difficult, but I like how it is in the Edge of the Empire. Like, roll a difficult planetary piloting check, that sort of thing.
Planetary piloting.
Planetary planeting check. he was saying that for a while.
For years, I would always scramble that. There were a couple iterations, but planetary. No, dang it! Now
planetary pilotary check or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I kept saying it, and I'd be like, "No, I'm gonna say it right this time. Watch," and then I'd say it wrong. Like it was bad.
It was really great. I enjoyed it every time.
Pilotary planeting. That's what it was.
All right. Let's have a navigation check, even though you're on the river. That's going to make things super easy, but Petal's a navigator.
Petal got a 9.
That was a 9?
Petal's getting mean.
Petal got a 9.
Okay. Yeah, by the way, I don't have D&D Beyond up the same way I normally do, so I might have to ask sometimes.
That's cool.
Let's see. I need my rule.
We got a long rest, right?
How did Petal
Yes.
become the navigator when you're not even from this plane of existence?
Excuse me? What's
What was
your
I-
survival
What was
skill
I
like?
smoking when +2?
+3.
Oh, remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
From these woods, girl.
it's impossible for you
These
to get
ones
lost
specifically, but
with
woods
that
like
roll.
this. What? So we get a little lost?
No, with that roll, it's impossible to get lost. You can clearly see that where the river is going, and there are even the little streams and brooks that break off that might have otherwise fooled somebody. You recognize that the water's traveling more slowly, and that there's too many rocks and vegetation in those, so you're very easily able to chart the path for these first 2 hexes, which is about 10 miles. Make it the first 10
Okay.
miles, no problem. The jungle is rather drab, kind of getting repetitive at this point. It's definitely on the thicker side. You've been hearing a lot of bird song as you've been coming in. The weather's fair. It's a balmy 85 degrees with no rain. You've not yet hit the height of the day yet, I guess. The height of the sun.
Okay.
Oh, I guess you're coming up on that. And so things are starting to get pretty difficult. As you journey down this river, pretty close to where the blue line is on Keegan's little map, I guess I'd say right about here. Let me make a little drawing, actually. That'll help. Do a red X. Right here. You start noticing that the insects are getting really, really bad. They're.
Can we see him? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying they're crawling all over your face. You're starting to get bitten by these insects, and they are genuinely swarming you.
Oh yeah.
No,
I'm gonna need.
I'm gonna put a bug net over me, like a yeah.
I know he had like a ton of insect repellent.
Yeah, I'm gonna use some insect repellent on both myself and, more importantly, Maximus, Winston. Well, Winston's a lizard. Or a reptile. I don't think he needs it.
He's probably fine.
But for sure, Sharkan and Maximus and myself.
Yeah, it's really gross. And if you want to sort of figure out why, you could do a perception or an insight, or not insight, perception or nature, to try to see if you have any knowledge of why it might be like this, or perhaps it's just something in the vicinity that you might be able to see.
I got a 16 perception check.
Okay.
Let me do one real quick.
And then to answer the question about Camp Righteous, you haven't seen it, but you're getting a sense that it's going to be south of the river, at least a short march, probably not inside of the river.
Right. I do want to be looking for it though, guys, because I just ran out of bug spray.
Oh shoot!
Wait, how did you run the
You can borrow some of mine.
From 1 to 0.
Oh, so you just used your last bug spray?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I still
Alright.
have a ton left.
Keep track of how long that lasts for me.
Well, how long does it last?
Well, you should know. We talked about when we bought it.
Well, yeah, but that was like at least a month ago.
Well, look up the type you have, and it will tell you how long it lasts. There's an incense, and then there's a vial. So it
Yeah.
depends on which
Where
type you
do I find this?
Google.
Here, I'll figure it out. Give me a second. I
There we
think
go.
I know what it is.
It is. We're gonna say it's 11 o'clock in the morning by the time you get here.
Protects its wearer against normal insects for 24 hours.
Yes. So it is about 11 o'clock. The sun is nearing the height of its the the top of the sky. Things are getting quite
That's
hot.
why the skeeters are out. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Our navigator is well, and Elvira are you both looking for Camp Righteous? Do you know anything about where Camp Righteous is other than seeing it on the map?
I know we should be coming up on it, but
This is where your navigator Gary would have come in handy because he actually knew where Camp Righteous was and he could have brought you there.
Well, I assumed that it was on like the known settlements were on the map
Yeah.
that we were given. If Camp Righteous isn't a big enough like settlement to warrant being on the map, that would make sense. But I
let me check. Actually, I don't think there's much information. Okay, I'm going to revise what I said about it being a short march from the water. It's alongside the water. I
Okay.
did miss that detail. So it's 11 o'clock. Things are getting hot. The bugs are everywhere. And then out of the corner of your eye, you see off into the distance, there are tents alongside the river. On the left side, which would be the east. Left side as you're heading south, that is. As you slow down your raft, which isn't being pulled by Winston. That's what we were doing before. I'm not sure.
Yes, Winston is pulling the raft.
Okay, Winston pulls it over to the side and a little bit up onto the shore so that you can, all get off and the raft doesn't float off without you. And you see an abandoned riverside camp that is strewn with wreckage. The tents before you are moldy and tattered, and all the permanent structures seem to have burned to the ground. There are 2 intact rowboats tied off to a short dock. On the north side of the camp, it's not the north. This is map backwards. I'm saying south now. On a side of the camp is a ridge, built into which is an 80-foot tall stone statue carved to look like a man with a crocodile on his back. Between the statue's feet is a stone archway leading to a dark tunnel. To the left of the statue is a crude animal pen with a small panicked bird running around inside of it. There are no other signs of life. If you give me one moment, talk amongst yourselves while I get your characters, and then I will drop you in to the actual map so you can see what I'm talking about.
Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything here.
Would this statue possibly be the one we're looking for?
No.
Are you sure, Keegan? Are you sure?
Positive.
Yeah, this isn't the one. I haven't seen this one before. This is definitely something different.
Let's keep moving to Camp Vengeance then.
I mean, we might as well poke around.
Oh,
This
we need
is
to
a
poke
settlement.
around, right? Maybe we can loot the place. Loot! Look, we don't even have to fight anyone for it. There's nobody here. And I say that as I skip into the middle of camp. There's nobody here.
You're the worst. I'm not even going to help you if something kills you.
No, yeah, you are.
Nope, I'm just going to let you
Because I'm
die.
so cute. Look at me.
Nope, I'm just going to let you die.
Right, guy?
I'm going to facepalm, but I'm still gonna follow Elvira.
All right.
Because
Attaboy.
I don't know. Did I put you on the map? Can you see the map?
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so I don't know. Can you see in the upper right-hand corner of the map? There's an image.
Raven image.
No.
What?
It's an image of the man with the crocodile on his back. Can you see that in the upper right-hand corner?
No.
Nope.
You got dynamic lighting on.
Okay, let me. Whoa. You able to see that?
Hold on.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
yes.
Let's see. So that's what the camp looks like.
Okay, are we actually on the statue?
No, I'm putting you back at the riverside, so you should be right next to
Okay.
the canoes. So that's
Okay.
where you moor your raft and leave Winston. Now over to your northeast, according to how this map's oriented. Though apparently north is up. Okay, I'm very confused what the description meant by north, but that aside, you see a creature moving around, panicked, inside of this pen. If anyone has Volo's Book of Monsters, you could probably identify what this is.
Yeah. Yeah. You wanna roll for it?
Yeah. It's running about, trying to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for it.
A nature check?
Yeah. And it advantage since you have the Guide to Monsters.
Okay, good, because my first one, there we go. 22. My first one was a nat 1.
22.
22, though.
This is a fledgling axe beak, which, let me give you a little extra information on an axe beak, because I'm sure you're not sure, you probably don't know what an axe beak is.
But I'm finna Google it. Because obviously Elvira does.
Oh, that's true. An axe beak is a tall, flightless bird with long, strong legs and a heavy wedge-shaped beak. It has a nasty disposition and tends to attack any unfamiliar creature that wanders too close. So, that's what's moving around in the pen, making kind of a racket. Up to your north,
Fantastic.
you can see those tents that are in disarray. They're moldy, tattered. Down to the south, I don't know if you can really see it or not, there is a building that's practically 50 to 60% missing, crumbled and or burning. There are a few large tents still standing, and then there's a demolished tent right here. It definitely appears that there was some sort of scuffle that went on. You also notice that off to the east there is a set of stairs going up to the feet of the large statue, and there is a doorway.
Well, why is...
Well, first, let's check these tents, see what's going on in these tents.
Okay, 1 second here.
I was like, okay, you boys look at that. I'm gonna sit out here and protect this bird. No, I'm okay. I'll go with y'all. I won't leave all the work to you.
I mean, you're welcome to leave all the treasure to me.
Okay.
Alright, I'm gonna start checking these tents up here, I guess.
Where did
I'll check the round tents.
Where did Petal go? Oh, there he is. Yeah, I need to know where you are for this portion.
Hold on, I had to get back into roll 20.
Sure. So because I need to know where you are, just don't zoom all over the place. That way I can keep track of where you are, please. Okay. Which tent are you looking in, Petal?
I'm gonna look in this first big round tent.
This one here?
Also, sure, that'll work.
Okay.
I was gonna check them both out, so it doesn't matter which one
Oh, okay.
goes first.
All right. You poke around in this one, and there's a really moldy sleeping bag that you kind of kick with your foot, and you hear a and out comes a small snake, and it starts darting for your foot.
I'm gonna have Tavoke take a stab at it.
Okay. This is for...
Snake fight.
This is basically happening inside the tent. Oops. Yeah, what's Tavoke? Let's see. I mean, you haven't entered initiative yet, so Tavoke could attack if you'd like.
It's a +5, so 22.
That hits.
Okay. Uh, 7, I think. Sorry, I lost my sheet. And like an idiot, I didn't back my own up because I don't think.
Oh.
But
Wait, you need your
I rolled a
pedal
6.
sheet? You need pedal sheet?
What? Yeah.
D&D Beyond isn't working anymore, at
Yeah.
least not for me.
Okay, so currently I still have mine, but I haven't refreshed it or done anything since my last roll. So
Yeah, don't.
Let me upload.
I'm not gonna touch it. I'm just gonna roll regular dice because I don't know what I'm looking at. I can't see it in my head like I'm sure you can.
So we need pedals character sheet. I actually have it in PDF form.
Oh, perfect.
Oops. All right, give it a second.
Oh, never mind. It's back. It's back.
Oh, good. I'm prepared in case it goes away again. Okay, so you end up... Tavoke ends up basically cutting off the head of the snake, and it wriggles around in its death, just like a normal snake would. And
Does Tavoke, bite it and suck it up like a noodle?
that would be cool.
I mean, yep, it's satisfying.
Alright. Let me write down how much XP that is. A massive 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, it only has 2 hit points.
Yeah, it's 25 more XP than me. This is outrageous.
Yeah, I know. It's so outrageous. Other than that, you find a rather gross hide helmet that's laying on the ground. It's definitely been there a while. There's probably some bugs crawling around inside of it. There's a really rusty dagger. Again, the leather portions of it are pretty slimy and disgusting. There's really nothing of use inside of this tent that you found.
I'll check out the other tent.
Okay. Let's see here. You find a tankard and a 10-foot wooden pole sitting on the ground. They're both in relatively dry and somewhat clean condition. Just a little bit of water might clean them up completely.
A 10-foot pole. This would have been really nice when we were going through that necromancer's dungeon.
The unfortunate thing
You
is,
could have used this to trigger the traps instead of, my face.
might be hard to go through really tight corners with the 10-foot pole, but you could try. It also could be cut down. It's wood.
Or you could make a hinge on it so that it can be a 5-foot pole, and then you can hold it out and make it a 10-foot.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Like your little grabber, like those little grabber things.
Make it... I love the ideas. They're great. Okay. That's what you find in that tent. And Guy is peeking around in another tent. This one doesn't have anything but a hide sleeping bag in it. Again, just not great condition. It is in the wet jungle.
Is it empty? Is it empty?
Do you want to find out? Try to find out?
Yeah, I'm gonna go over and give it a kick.
You hear a squeak, and out come 2 rats.
Okay, well, I'm gonna leave then.
Okay. Are you just checking that one?
No, I'm gonna. Well, okay. How old does the sleeping bag look?
It's not so much old as it is muddy, and there's leaves all over it. there's a hole bitten in the side of it from the rats.
Can I make like a survival check to try to determine how long ago people were like living here?
Sure.
Yes. I would like. Can I help him on that?
Sure.
Okay.
I got a nat 20, so 23.
Yeah.
This tragedy, whatever happened to this area, happened about a few months ago.
Okay,
Oh.
okay. It's been like this for a couple of months, guys.
Yeah. One
I
of
just
the
came to the same conclusion.
I'm just gonna look at the bird and be like, "Oh, it makes sense why you're still here."
there's no dead bodies anywhere, and there's no footprints either.
I mean, after a month, though, with the kind of heavy rains we've been getting, that's not surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I am curious as to where everybody went. The no bodies. I mean, it doesn't look like animals have been through here. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It's definitely a mystery.
Well, yeah, a little bit of a mystery, maybe.
And you're poking
James.
around, you find a book on the ground, a leather book.
Oh, okay. Is it a journal? Is it somebody's journal?
You open it up and you find that it is a handwritten journal. It's pretty poorly written. Whoever wrote it was not very literate. But it says, week 1, we have arrived at what is now called Camp Righteous, an encampment of, from the, let's see, an encampment installed by the Order of the Gauntlet. We have built this base around an ancient shrine which is called the House of the Crocodile. We're not sure what it is yet. We're looking to explore. And that's like week 1 entry. And week 2, things are going well. We've got good supplies. Strange noises at night, though. Day 3, or week 3. One of the men went missing last night. We haven't found him yet. Not sure what happened. Still investigating. Week 4, more people are disappearing. Week 5, I could have sworn I heard a goblin last night. But nobody believes me. They think it's ghosts. We're waiting for more reinforcements to arrive from the Order of the Gauntlet. And then there's like a partial entry for the next week, and he says everything has gone south. People are missing left and right. We're getting attacked as we speak. And it trails off. There's not any more written. It's as if he was writing it and then he might have been killed in the process.
Okay.
He clearly wasn't, because then his body would still be there.
Or they carried the body off.
Is that better or worse?
I mean, this is Chult, right? Zombies got to come from somewhere.
Pick your poison, you know?
Cassandra is going to chime in and say, I wouldn't be surprised if the bodies were taken. Just whoever maybe took the bodies just didn't take the journal. They may not have thought of anything of it.
Right. Well, I'm definitely keeping this journal.
Yeah. There's some interesting little scribble drawings in it, and there's definitely a few of the temple. It seems like this guy was particularly interested in that temple. Go ahead, guy.
Is just Petal hearing all of this right now, or what?
Oh, I'll share. I mean, obviously, I'll share it with the group.
And also, he's still checking out that same tent, right? Didn't you say something about like a helmet being in there?
So
earlier?
basically, I just narrated that as if you guys were all kind of in the same area, and no one in particular found the notebook. I just gave it to you all together. So, no, he's not
Oh,
in a tent
okay,
anymore.
perfect.
No, it was found somewhere else.
Okay, so question. In that first tent that he investigated, didn't you say something about like a helmet somewhere or something?
Yeah, there's
Yeah, a bunch of moldy, rotten gear though.
yeah, there's like a rotten hide helmet in there.
Oh, a hide helmet.
Yeah.
Dan, I'm right in assuming that like there's nothing usable in this camp.
Yeah, after a good while searching, the only thing that was usable you came up with was there was a barrel that is mostly used up that had rations in it, and there's some smoked meat down at the bottom, maybe about a day's worth.
Well, dinner on camp. Dinner on camp righteous. Thanks, guys.
Has
Nasty.
oh, go ahead.
God, I should say that's nasty.
Okay.
Well, Maximus, I'm sure Maximus and Sharkhan will like it.
1 second, please. Okay, so Elvira, did you want to do anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and tame this X-bird thing. X-beak.
Okay.
Axe face.
Yeah, so
The whack-a-bird.
Oh,
why don't you tell me your approach, and I'll let you know how this, and we can work out how this goes.
You know what? I'm looking at this and just movements and its temperament and stuff. I'm gonna go with, if you know anything about the equine approach,
Yeah.
and just, I mean, I'm not expecting it like to ride it out of here or anything. If you want this to be like a few day thing, I don't know, how do you want to do it? Like, obviously, like get the animal to trust me, and then just work with like different levels of like, okay, well, can you let me touch your face? Can you let me like put stuff on your back?
I think it would be reasonable to gain its sort of
And
friendship per se.
It's probably already a little bit trained if it's here in the paddock, like a lot of the pictures I'm looking at, they already are mounts. So like this probably doesn't have to be like, I don't know, do you mean to roll like, is it saddle broken?
Okay, the surrounding context leads you to believe that this Axebeak probably got in here by some other means after the people abandoned this camp. So it's or were killed. So this is actually a wild beast that's here that is just somehow managed to get stuck inside of the pen. You also believe that within a couple hours of effort, you could probably tame this beast in a way like you could gain its trust, and it would maybe follow you around, but it wouldn't be ready for mounting or riding for a little bit longer, especially since it's still a fledgling. It's not really an adult yet, but it's getting there.
Can we say that Elvira has some cousins back home who are horse trainers?
Sure.
And that, like, well, she's not anywhere near, like, I'm not an expert at all. I know my way around, like,
Yeah, you believe...
Birds and horses are about the same intelligence level.
You have a strong feeling that you can tame this thing within maybe an hour. You just got to get you need to probably find the right kind of food for it, and you need to spend some time, just be gentle with it, and a calm approach, no sudden movements, and just get the thing to realize that you're actually, you're... It's
Friends,
so,
not a foe.
right, to do that, I'm gonna do what Hagrid taught me to do and look at the ground and give it a bow. and bring it something shiny or good food.
Very nice. Why don't you give me an handling animal check? Yeah.
Handling.
Animal
You have the disease.
Animal
the
handling.
Yeah. Wait. That's what I need. Sorry. Here we go. Animal handling. 11.
It's receptive to the food. initially it's sorry, I'm hearing an echo and it's making it difficult. It's receptive to the food and initially is a little scared of you. But after a couple minutes of gently, extending the food with a hand and, a calm approach, it comes forward and it starts to eat the food out of your hand, and the thing's beak is like at least twice the size of your hand, if not 3 times. It's massive, and it looks really sharp actually, and kind of foreboding. The rest of the creature looks pretty muscular, and it's got some very durable looking kind of webbed feet with 3 talons per foot. And it stands probably about 5 feet tall at its tallest point.
Nice.
If give me another animal handling check, we'll see what your progress is with it. It's going to take you about an hour to get any progress.
21.
Okay, within that hour, the Axebeak has decided that you are a worthy source of free food, and it is going to follow you around.
Yes, Queen.
Now,
That's his name. Queen. I don't care if it's a male or a female. I do not care. His name is Queen.
Queen.
Achievement unlocked. Don't feed the birds.
All right, I'm going to move him out of this. For the sake of simplicity, I'm going to make him a little bit smaller and rename him.
I'm going to parade him right in front of everybody. Be like,
can you instead name him an Axebeak called Queen, like a man called Quest?
No.
Say the whole thing.
Elizabeth is too much of a mouthful for me. I'm absolutely not saying all that.
Okay, so for your information, this is a little bit meta, but I think you ought to know. Queen has 6 hit points at fledgling stage. It's going to be better
And what?
At its fledgling stage, it only has 6 health points. So you're going to want
Okay,
to be
I need to go
careful
find those
for now. But you would know from your reading that a full-grown Axebeak would have 19 hit points and an armor class of 11. So here's a normal Axebeak. I'm going to be generous and say it's about a month away from being a full-grown adult. They probably don't live super long, so it doesn't take long to grow. So there you go for your information.
Perfect. Thank you. What do you think, guys? Guy Petal?
I think it's awesome.
Cassandra's
and
really
a spectacular idea.
impressed.
A little halter going around the bee, kind of leading it around like a llama bird.
Cassandra's
I think
really
it's
impressed with it.
Very,
That's so
very
cool.
cool.
He looks like, one, when he's big enough to ride, when the bird is big enough to ride.
Yes.
It's going to be absolutely fantastic. You're going to be way more comfortable riding on the back of that than humping up and down. Trust me, since I got Shere Khan, I'm never going back to trudging through the brush. No, thank you. I will ride the tiger literally forever. Yeah. Well, until Tavok gets big enough to fly.
You're also going to get 200 XP for taming an animal.
Well, yes, I need to
thank you.
Well,
you're welcome.
Yeah, Guy.
You got Winston.
I mean, yes, you are always welcome to ride on Winston's back. He likes you. He told me so.
He told me so.
But yeah, we should definitely get you a cool ride too. I'm telling you, it's so nice. Even just having somebody else there to kind of have your back a little bit. It's nice. And if you get a tiger, I can tell you personally, they are fantastic snugglers. You just kind of get up under the big paw and just kind of snuggle into the fur. Fantastic.
Right on. What do you guys think if we take a real life short rest of 5 minutes and then jump right back into it with maybe... I do think you should go into the temple. I think you'd probably like that.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
We're absolutely going to go to the tunnel. That's
we are
happening.
Absolutely going into the temple.
Where do y'all think the bodies went?
You're not going to put a temple right next to an abandoned camp, and I'm not going to go in.
I like how we're immediately derailing our plan that we agreed.
It's not derailing.
Absolutely.
This is D&D. This is how it works.
Listen, God, I
D&D
mean,
rail.
I want to become a god to goblins too, but it's right here. It's a temple with an abandoned camp and a mysterious journal. I mean, it would be irresponsible not to invest.
Admittedly, yes. Okay. Whoa, hang on. Before you say that, I would like to remind you of the necromancer that we unleashed.
I failed to see the relevance.
That sounds very irresponsible. I mean, who's like we just came back to Winston, right? Like, do we really want to go on another possibly days-long journey, end up separated from him again, and then
We'll
who
we'll
knows what else?
investigate, and we can come back here and sleep in the abandoned village at night with Winston. It'll be fine.
Fair
He's
enough.
fine with it.
Yeah, it with that hour it took to tame the bird and maybe probably at least a half an hour of searching around. It's good. It's 12:30. It's high noon, and it's at least time for lunch. I mean, gotta stop for lunch.
Right. Well, I mean, like we can poke around in the temple. I can't imagine it's that big. We can poke around in the temple. Winston's fine for whatever. He was fine for several days. He honestly, left to his own devices, he's going to nap and chew on all of the tasty plants. So
Happy thing.
he likes a break too, I'm sure. It's not exactly hard work pulling our floating boat upriver, but I'm sure he likes having a vacay. I think he's fine. He seems to be fine. I don't know what gave him the scratches, but I don't see it hanging around, so I don't think he was that worried, and we can heal things.
All very
All
good
right.
points.
Well, with that, let's take a 5-minute break, and I'll catch up on the lore for this temple.
Okay.
They're trainable?
Absolutely. Usually Alpine goats have a pretty even temperament, like them and another German breed.
As usual, we discuss
But yeah,
very random
goats have been
things
like
on
part
our
animals and
breaks.
stuff forever.
Today's
Huh,
goats.
I don't know.
Goats.
Goats. No,
Goat
I like
training.
goats.
I guess that makes sense.
Sheep can be trained for that.
I'm back now.
Okay.
I don't know if you're paying attention to Discord.
I am
Nope,
paying
sorry.
attention. Attention's getting a lot of money. I'm paying him a lot. Okay.
I think he deserves it. He works very hard.
He works really hard.
Mine does not.
All right.
Please.
All right. Once again, you see on the stony hillside an 80-foot high stone statue depicting a man carrying a crocodile on his back.
A dark tunnel is not a temple. That's what I thought. It's even better than a temple, boys. It's a tunnel.
Keegan's with you. And
It better be.
he says, and he's a learned scholar, and he says, I don't know for certain, but this reminds me of something I read a long time ago, a myth of the man and the crocodile.
Ooh.
It looks pretty on brand.
Tell us about this man and the crocodile myth.
He's going to do a history check to see if he remembers, because it's been a long time since he read it, so it's going to be a difficult check.
Also, Keegan, if you would like, you can stay back with Winston. He will absolutely destroy anything that'll come to bother you.
Much appreciated. I am feeling tired. I could rest if you folks want to go on ahead. By the way, is Queen going to stay behind, or Queen could fit in there?
Yeah, I think they. Yeah, for right now.
Okay, we'll just make Queen a she for simplicity's sake, I guess, unless you want otherwise. Okay, so Queen,
I want it to be a
Sharkan,
surprise.
Winston, and
Gender.
gender reveal at some point. Okay, the
Yep.
animals and Keegan are going to stay behind.
I might just have everyone questioning all the time.
I like this. Make reality so.
But
so
yes,
difficult.
they'll be staying behind.
Make everybody question everything about reality.
They will be, yeah. Because usually, so there are some birds that like you have to go in and actually look. You know, you can't tell by just looking at them.
That's true.
However, if it is female, we'll get axe beak eggs.
Yummy.
So
Potentially.
Keegan remembers a little bit. He says it's been probably 30 years since I remember reading the story, but the story goes there was a man by the river, and he was frightened, and where was the crocodile? The crocodile came out of the water and asked him why he was frightened. And the man was surprised that he could talk and said, I want to enter the water, but I am frightened because of your brethren. And then what happened next? He can't remember what happens next. But he says...
Can I roll history to see if I've heard any of this circulating around, like drunk people at the Broken Barnacle?
Oh, sure.
Awesome.
Dang it, I lost mine now too.
11.
You have no idea. You've
Okay.
not even heard of this legend, this myth. He says, I can't remember what happens next, but I remember at the end, he gets to the other side, and the man asks the crocodile how he can repay the crocodile. And the crocodile tricks him into doing something. But I don't remember what it was.
Is this one of those? I got a crocodile, a chicken, and a fox. We got ferrying back and forth stories because I'm good at those.
It's kind of like that, a little bit. He says, I'm not sure, and then he gazes up at the top and he says, "Of course. Look at the statue." And you see the statue, a man with a crocodile on his back. He says, that must have been what it was.
So the crocodile and the man fused together.
No.
No?
No.
I think he probably just carries a crocodile around.
Oh. I guess that makes more sense, but it's still unexpected.
I like that your mind jumps to, like, mutants. Or that whatever. Some sort of weird hybrid.
I mean, we did just run into frog people.
Good point.
That's
I
true.
forgot about the weird frog people already.
That's true.
Heck if I know how logic works here anymore.
You guys are gonna have to take that story. This is a sort of kind of hint. That story is important to this temple. Okay? So that's the clue.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say on that because I don't want it to be like really super obvious.
Okay. Well, let's grab that 10-foot pole and start poking around.
All right, show me where you go first.
I'm going right up to the feet.
Okay, in front of you, you see a doorway. The doorway is, let's see, is it enclosed by doors? Actual doors? Or is it just an opening? It's just an opening. But there are some very, very big and thick spider webs that are covering that doorway. That's what's being denoted in that art. Those weird things crossing your path in front of you.
Okay. Giant spider webs?
Yep.
Well, to vote. Tear through the spider webs.
With a little bit of scratching, he does.
Cool. I'm gonna keep trucking. Then I'm gonna be poking everything with my 10-foot pole.
Okay, right in front of you, you see that the floor. Okay, no, hold on. The ceiling here is 23 feet high, draped with cobwebs, and the stone tiled floor is covered with a thick layer of mud, creepers, and blown-in leaves. About... Let's see what your... I'm sorry, I'm not very prepared for this. I wasn't expecting you to go to Camp Righteous, so I'm not quite as ready as I could have been.
Sorry.
No, I kind of wanted you to come here, though. I just forgot that it could happen today. 13.
And I'm getting time to get my spells back just in case something goes down. Because I also kill victims.
I'm refreshing it again. I just
Okay. Where are you stepping, Pebble? Like, I know you're standing right here right now. Or are you planning on doing moving? Is Tavok actually ahead of you?
I was gonna have Tavoke ahead of me, or like maybe next to me, and then I was poking around with my 10-foot pole.
Okay, because you have that pole, I'm gonna give you a little bit better chance. Roll a perception check for me.
Natural 20 for 23.
Nice.
There's something odd about this floor, and you ought to be really careful about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell everybody. Hey, hold up. Something's up with this floor.
You do
I'm
notice
gonna like.
there's about 6 inches along the top and along the bottom, so running along the sides, that seem they seem bulkier, I guess you could say, stronger stone than the rest of the tiled floor.
Okay, guys, this is feeling very trap-like. Just want to like go find like a heavy stick or something, like a log, and try to set off this trap so that we know what it does.
I'm on it. All right, I'm going to come back out here. Is this tree like actually here?
Yeah.
Okay. Are there like any heavy branches that I can see?
I would say
That
the
have fallen
branches
off?
on that tree are too light to be considered heavy. They're too small. There's the tree trunk itself, but it would take time to cut the tree down. There are some rocks up on the hillside, though.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna go grab. Wait, which hillside? Up here?
Yes, that's part of the hillside, yeah.
Okay. Yep. I'm gonna go grab like if there's one that's roughly large, just kind of larger than the size of my head, I'm gonna pick up that one.
There is one that's about 2 times the size of your head, and when you try to pick it up, it's too heavy for you to do alone. Everything else is kind of gravelly, or it's so stuck in the side of the hillside you can't really pick it up.
Okay. Can I roll this one?
Nope. Too heavy.
No? Can I get some help over here?
Oh,
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, Larry said she'd help you.
Okay, now you can move it. Yes. I have a reason. I'm not just trolling you. I could troll you if I wanted, and that'd be perfectly fine.
Alright, so me and Elvira are carrying the rock over here.
I'm coming.
Yeah, it's really heavy, so you have to be careful as you're going on slopes and areas that are slippery. But eventually you get it up right up to pedal. And you set it down, both of you are winded.
Well, we were gonna throw it.
Well, we can push it if it's so heavy.
You can
Okay,
throw it
that
over.
works.
Yeah, I'm just telling you, you're tired. I don't know. Have you ever carried a 2-man boulder before, Eli?
No.
I have many times. I'm telling you what it would be like.
Okay.
It's very difficult. We're talking like at least a 300-pound boulder.
Oh. Okay.
It's pretty dense rock. Anyway, you're gonna put it on the tile floor. I need a dexterity check for as you're doing that. I'm not gonna have a strength check because the two of you are both carrying it, but I need a dexterity check to make sure you don't fall as you're tossing it.
Saving? Or just my
It's the
dexterity?
floor in here.
I can help throw it.
Okay, then let's make
I
it.
got an 18.
We can make it
No.
group dex, and whoever
I only got a 5.
take the average of whatever.
I got a 11.
Okay. Why don't you, Zach? Do you want to find the average of that?
Yeah. Yeah, what was it?
About,
You said you got an 11?
Yep.
That 11 is the average.
oh, okay. Here's what happens. You toss the rock and it manages to go about 3 feet in front of you. Each of these spaces is 5 feet, so it's just a little bit more than halfway. But who got the lowest score?
Elvira.
as Elvira's helping, she slips and falls prone, and about half of her body is stretched over onto this tile. And then suddenly, as the rock hits and she hits, the floor crumbles, and all 4 of these tiles fall, and Elvira is still
Grab
there.
Elvira by the ankles.
Yeah. Dexterity, please.
Not strength?
No. I'm going for speed
I'll make
here.
a dexterity to grab her.
Please don't.
Too late. It was almost an 18, and then it bumped over to a 2.
15. 15.
Okay. Let's see. You managed to catch Elvira as she is starting to slip in to the pit. The only thing you have hold of are her ankles, and she is like 90% fallen into this pit, and you now are on the floor prone, holding her up.
Right. Petal, I could use some help. Wait. Don't we have that like big monkey, that gorilla?
No, you never.
Right, Petal?
You left it
No.
behind,
No.
didn't you? Or never
Yeah,
got it?
We don't have a gorilla.
A flying monkey.
We have a flying monkey,
flying monkey. Okay.
Oh, he had thought about
but it's
getting
like a shoulder monkey.
He thought about getting the silverback, but he ended up getting the tiger instead.
Right.
It was a while ago now. It's like
Had the gorilla been size large, and I could have like ridden him around,
that
I
was
probably
like
would have done.
mid-November when that happened, and now we're in February. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna bust out some of my super strong silk rope.
Yep.
I'm gonna lower it down to Elvira, and then when she's got a hold of it, I'll start backing up, and then me and Guy can pull her up. Two people.
Okay. Yeah, without much trouble, you're able to pull her up. Below you, there is a. Does it say how deep this is? Huh? It doesn't. Oh yeah, there we go. The pit is 20 feet deep,
Oh.
and at the bottom there is a boulder, some broken tiles, and lots of vegetation that used to be on the floor tiles. In front of you, there are 2 narrow 6-inch strips of stone along the wall, one on either side, that are clearly a part of the structure of this temple, and they are not going to fall apart and fall down to the ground.
Okay.
I'm gonna do some cool acrobatics and like get a running start and then jump towards one of the walls and like kick off one wall and land on the other side.
Wait. Petal. Before you do that, can you like leave part of the rope with me, and then as you go across to the other side, that way, like when whoever crosses next, like has the rope there. We can make like a railing kind of.
Yeah, I can like put it in a piton.
Yeah.
I'll put one in on this side too, just on the floor.
Okay. You're successful in that, and then you're going to make a running jump, you said?
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably a relatively average DC dexterity. Acrobatics, probably.
That'll be a 25 acrobatics check.
Okay. Roll a d20, just straight. Tell me what you get.
Another 19.
Okay. You land successfully. You do get a face full of cobwebs, though.
It do be like that.
You find yourself maybe a little bit stuck, but after a little bit of fidgeting, you're able to get yourself free. Yeah, if those hadn't been there, it might have been a little bit harder to not continue your momentum forward. But you have a rope, and you are now on the other side of the pit trap. What are you going to do with that rope?
I'm going to put in a baton into the wall and tie it off so that way they have like one going from the floor to the wall so they can hold on to it as they go.
Okay. Is Tavok coming with on this feat of acrobatics?
I mean, it's 6 inches wide. He can probably just walk along the edge if he wants to.
Okay.
I was just trying to be a cool guy.
No, that's fine. I just need another straight D20 roll if Tavok's coming with.
Okay. Sorry, my bad.
That's okay.
That'll be an 11.
Okay. Hell, you get a chill down your spine as Tavok follows you onto this pathway, and you feel something's wrong, or something could have gone very wrong.
I'm gonna look back at the big hole.
You don't get a sense that it's the hole. It's not the hole that's the problem.
Right. I'm gonna ask Elvira to toss me the big pole. I'm gonna start poking,
Okay.
looking for more traps.
Let's see here. Is she gonna toss you that pole?
Elvira, you gonna toss me that pole?
Yep.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fling it like a javelin.
So,
Well, wait, why can't we use the pole?
For what?
What do you
To
mean?
poke the thing. Why do we have to toss the pole that we need across the pit
What do you need it
instead
for?
of just using it ourselves?
Well, because I'm already across the pit, and so I'm asking her to pass it to me so I can keep checking for traps.
Well, yeah, but why can't we check for traps?
Because you're not
is what
across the
I'm saying.
pit yet.
Because you're not across the pit.
Okay, so you're checking across. I thought you were going to check what
Use
Tavok
the
had been
pole
standing.
across the pit?
Okay.
No,
Okay.
because it's as long as the pit's 10 feet.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Cool. That makes sense. All right, yeah, I'm gonna throw it like a javelin.
All right. It sails through the air. Pedal. Do a quick acrobatics to catch it. I know that sounds unnecessary, but it's not in this case.
Nat 1 for a 7.
It clatters to the ground just in front of you, and you feel a sudden little disturbance in the air. The air moves, and you are surprised to see right in front of you two very large sais stick out of the wall and cut and then rotate back into place on the two tiles right in front of you.
Alrighty, I'm going to pick up my 10-foot pole and poke the tiles again, see if I can get it to happen again.
It happens again.
Excellent. Hey guys, found another trap. Be careful when you jump over here. Or walk over here, however you're getting over here.
Yep. Did you put the python with the rope down so we can like use it as like a
I think you did.
thing
Yeah.
to hold on to?
Yep.
Okay. After you, Elvira.
Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna cross it like one of those little, hold on to the rope and then scoot my feet across the side of the wall.
All right. Roll a dexterity acrobatics check. The same for Guy if he's going to do the same thing.
Yep. Ooh, that is an 8.
Okay. You
Aim.
what did Elvira get?
An 8.
You both fall into the pit. I'm gonna.
No, we're holding on to the rope.
I'm sorry, that's not.
Dang. All right. How much do you take fall damage for 20 feet?
It's fair that you're holding onto the rope, but that doesn't change the DC. I already have that set. What I mean to say is I have that taken into account, and just figuring out what falling damage is again.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. If you, yeah. Because like the act of us falling would make it very hard to hold on to the rope.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the rope is a help. It's not a
Right.
safety net.
You're gonna roll 2d6 for bludgeoning damage for the 20 feet you fall.
Oh, virus fat ass falls on 2d6. You said.
Yeah, 2d6.
Oof, that's 10.
Oh, 10 bludgeoning damage. Youch.
5.
I forgot I was gonna have Cassandra follow you.
Mm.
And she's got to go through this too. Okay, let's have her do her acrobatics check. And she gets a nat 1 and falls. So there's 3 of you in the pit. How much damage does she take? Let's find out. She takes 8 damage. Okay.
Guys,
Help.
how you doing down there?
And all these light on our feet, apparently.
How we
All
doing down there?
Oh,
I mean, we've still got the rope.
I just in a very empty voice. Oh, that rope again.
Plenty long. I'll pull out another rope because I have multiple ropes.
I'm confused now. Didn't the rope fall in with us?
No.
No, because
No?
it's hooked to the wall.
No, it's tied onto some very sturdy pythons.
So, but then when we were holding on to the rope and fell, what?
Okay, so here's what happened. You didn't make the dexterity check, so
Yes.
you lost grip of the rope, and you fell. And you also slipped.
Oh,
So you slipped first,
okay.
and then you
I
lost
thought
grip
that
of the
was
rope.
just for slipping, and then if we slipped, you were going to have us do a strength check. For
No,
the
that's fair. That's fair. I didn't think of that.
okay.
I think it's fine.
I mean, yeah. People can heal, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
It's not that big of a
No.
damage infliction.
No.
It's kind of a third of my health.
Well,
Yeah, but I mean,
Tomb of
you got
Annihilation.
healing potions. We can take a short rest.
Yeah.
You just wait down there for a half hour. All right, I feel good now. Time to climb back up.
I mean, with the way Elvira's going to have to climb this rope, you can just go last and you probably will get a half-hour wait in.
So, Guy, if you're concerned about it, Cassandra can cast Cure Wounds on you.
Not until like we get into a battle scenario or something.
Okay. Oh, that hurt. Pedal, you got another rope?
Yep, I got another rope.
Thank you. Ow.
I'll tie some knots in it to make it easier to climb, and tie it off to the same piton the other rope is in.
Okay. Cassandra very slowly pulls her way up the rope. I might have cracked a rib. Ow.
Oh.
Oh,
How
that
much
was
damage?
not fun.
I'll be okay. She climbs up.
Maybe
to the
heal
top.
yourself before you climb the rope with the cracked rib.
Nah, she's gonna climb anyway. Oh no, Pedal. As she steps up onto the platform, she sets off the Psy trap. Are you standing where you are, or are you standing back further? Where
I thought
located?
where I am is the safe area.
Well, it appears that was not entirely correct, as the Psy comes out and slices on your tile. Let's find out what it does. There's a saving throw you can do. Dexterity saving.
I can do that. 14?
You succeed? Oh!
Ha.
Cassandra succeeds just barely. Now, I think that just halves the damage. Let me check here.
Usually.
You're going to take 9 slashing damage. And yeah. 9 slashing damage. Oh! Ah! No, it's more than a cracked rib.
Ooh.
Cassandra falls prone to the floor, and she's like, I just need a minute. Guy and Elvira have not climbed the rope yet.
Yeah. I'm gonna let Elvira go first because I also need to go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he needs to take a short rest too. So
Bye.
Bye, all.
Have a good night.
good night. Okay.
Sorry. Y'all have a good night too.
Thanks.
Bye.
Night
Bye.
night. See you next week.
Yeah, bud.
So,
Strength check.
well, I figured that climbing the rope didn't need a strength check. You can climb it. There's just basically there's a certain percent chance that if you step on the tile, it's going to set off the trap. You just don't know what. You don't know how it works beyond that. Because like pedal and turbo.
I would like to move to get out of the way of the trap. So if that means coming over here, that's fine.
Before you do that, do an investigation check. Why don't you do an investigation check, and I'll let you know a little something extra.
6.
You think it's just fine to move over to the other side of the room?
I'm sure it is perfectly safe where I'm at now.
Roll a straight 20 for me. Straight D20.
Four.
Dexterity saving throw, please.
22.
Okay. 9 more damage, but you succeeded.
All right.
You have now successfully identified that all 4 of those floor tiles set off the trap. But they only
Fan-freaking-tastic.
Yeah, they only set off next to the tile. So
Okay. Should I?
yeah.
Should I stay in the pit then?
Yes, you should stay in the pit.
Okay.
If
Hey,
you want,
crazy thing. Yeah, go ahead.
if you want, you can do an insight or history check at disadvantage, and I will give you a tip based on what you learned from Keegan.
History. It's the same. Alright, at disadvantage. And my phone just hold on.
Hang on, I can check it.
Let's see.
No, my computer died. I don't think it did.
It died in the process of.
Okay, can you
I'll roll you one.
+3, I think, because I have
+4.
+4. Okay, sorry, man.
I can roll it if you like. History.
9 is my lowest. Yeah.
9 is your lowest.
Okay. That's good enough. You remember that there was some very strange emphasis on the man carrying the crocodile.
Okay.
Do we need to go carry a crocodile? I have crocodile skin.
I'm gonna let Heather process this real quick. Well, I'm gonna start some coffee for Elvira.
Okay. Let's see what an intelligence straight intelligence out of Cassandra to see what she thinks. Now she got a 10. It's like, well, I don't know if we could even carry a crocodile. That seems too heavy to me. Those things are big.
I'm gonna try it with the crocodile skin, and I'm gonna like pull the crocodile skin out of my backpack, or wherever. Oh, it's probably back on Winston, huh? Hang on, guys. I'm gonna go back, and I'm gonna like try to find some big trees, some like long 45. How many tall do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm gonna try to find some like at least 40-foot long trees that I can slide across the floor here, make a little platform to work off of.
Lumberjack pedal. Now that's a clever solution. I wouldn't have thought of that.
If I have to get Winston to help me pull up some trees, I'm sure he's down.
Oh, dude, you
He'll
got
get
the
to eat all the
muscle
tasty
for it.
stuff at the top.
For sure. That's
what?
You do have the muscle for it. That's for sure. That's a cool idea. I like that idea. All right. Let's do a dexterity. Well, are you going to jump across, or are you going to walk across the pit?
Whichever lets me make an acrobatics check.
I think it was run and jump for that one.
All right. Then I will. Well, I can't really run because of the tiles, so I guess I'll have to walk across.
Oh, okay. That one.
But I'll use the rope.
That one's a dexterity. Well, I think maybe that one is acrobatics. Let me double check here. It is acrobatics.
My dexterity saving throw and my acrobatics are the same.
It's an acrobatics check.
24.
That is an amazing success. You make it out, and Keegan is down here at the foot of the steps, and he says, "It sounded like it didn't go so well. I thought I heard maybe some screams. I wasn't sure. What happened?"
I mean, I'm not gonna say it went well. We did find some things, mostly traps.
Oh. Are you guys okay?
We've been better, but I think we're going to be okay. Right now, I need to get Winston, and I need to pull down some big trees. And you know what? If they're going to trap the floor, we'll make our own freaking floor. How do they like that?
He says, "I don't understand, but I can try to help." And he says, I was looking around in the tents and I found this, and it's a hand axe. It's a very rusty one, but he says, "Will this help?"
Oh, probably yes. Almost certainly that will help.
He says, that's good. I was planning on holding on to it in case something shows up. You can for sure get a tree, but it's going to take you probably about 2 hours worth of work. You're going to have to either break or cut it, drag it down with probably some rope behind Winston, and then figure out how to push it up these steps, which is up 5 feet off the normal ground, and then slide it into place.
I got this. We're going to use a series of pythons, and I'm going to use my wood carver skills to make some block and tackle.
Okay.
And we're going to baton the block and tackle into place. In fact, I feel like somebody actually has block and tackle.
I keep thinking that somebody does, but I don't know who it is.
Didn't we use it last time?
Let me look through my inventory again.
One other thing.
I know that somebody had it. It might have been Gary.
What was it again?
Anyone not pedal because they're stuck in the pit can take a short rest up to 4 times for 2 hours. Right?
So
Because
if you
I always think of short rest as 30 minutes.
I
I don't
didn't
know if
know.
that's canon or not, but it is for me.
block and tackle is like it's like pulleys, a pulley system, and some rope, so that you can lift heavy things. But more importantly, we could nail it into nail it into the wall, and then put some spikes into the wood, connect it to the wood, run it through the block and tackle, and then run it back to Winston, and then Winston pulling it away from the temple could pull the log further in.
All right, cool.
We'll say with that you can reduce the amount of time it takes by about a half hour. It takes an hour and a half instead, and it's a little bit less grueling. You're maybe not as tired afterwards.
Nice.
Um,
I'm already thinking that just given the way things are going, we're probably not going to get too much further in tonight. So I'd be okay with like going and getting another log to just so that there's like the majority of the floor is covered, and having the logs will make it easier for the people down there to get up, because they can, we can like lower it down in the middle and lower another rope down in the middle that they could use to like climb up, or we could even use the block and tackle to like raise them up if we really wanted to get wild with it.
yeah. Go ahead. Okay, so Elvira, go ahead and roll your hit dice up to 3 times. Unless you're coming up. If you're staying down in that pit, you're basically resting for an hour and a half, which I consider 3 short rests. And it'd be plenty of time to recover some health.
Let me.
And I will do it for Guy.
Elvira has. I don't think. Oh no, Elvira did get hurt. That's right. So we'll roll 2 of Elvira's hit die for now. That's 11. How much damage did you take when you fell?
Oh, I took 5 damage.
Okay, well then you're healed. You're fully healed.
Perfect.
There you go.
You can do that off of 1 hit die. So.
All right, so you're all back up to full health at that point. Even Cassandra and Guy are.
I am not up to full health because I did not get the chance to take the rest.
Yeah, you're working. So, what's your health like?
I'm bloodied.
Oh dear.
It's okay. It's fine, honestly. I'll take a break after we get the floor in, while these mooks get up and get situated, and maybe Elvira wants to poke around a little bit more on the outside of the temple. I'll take a smoke break. I'll pull the pipe out and just get a nice cool water skin out of the creek, and I'm just gonna take a little me time real quick and
Breather for a second.
Hey Elvira, with that 16 you just rolled, I don't know if you rolled that or if your computer finally caught up.
Oh, that was my last whatever throw on disadvantage.
You notice some text scribbled into the wall.
Ooh, what language is it in?
It's written in Common. Some of it is really hard to make out, but it's scribbled by somebody who didn't have a stone chisel, so it was hard to tell. It almost looks like it was written by somebody who might have gotten trapped down here, and it's detailing out how somebody fell down here and he was alive for several days, and he ran out of food and water weeks ago, and he's on death's door, and then he remembered the myth, and that all of this could have been avoided if his companion had carried him across the pit.
Interesting. Okay. I'm going to share this with anyone awake in the group, down there.
Well, I carried Maximus across and it didn't work, so I don't trust it.
That's true. I didn't think about Maximus, but I'm going to counter that with
I'm sure a shoulder monkey doesn't count.
that he's not
To pedal it does.
he for some reason doesn't count.
No, it would be ridiculous to count Maximus as a true companion. Like as a true like
whole other being.
whole other player. No, he's a shoulder monkey. He's the size of a large house cat. Like he doesn't count, but to pedal he counts.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be like one of those games.
Cassandra,
From summer came up.
Cassandra's gonna say, "Wait, so we need to carry each other across the floor? Is that what it says?"
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Well, we might as well try.
Is it maybe like a weight thing? Like, what if we were to both step on the same tile at the same time? Maybe we don't necessarily have to carry each other. Although if somebody wants to give me a piggyback ride, I will not turn them down.
Right,
And I'm going to look at Ira or Elvira.
Oh, you're getting piggybacks?
No, you were going to give me one.
I was gonna jump on his back.
I'm going to move out of the way.
Okay, are you?
No, I can't roll it.
You guys must be up here by now, then, right? Up here.
Oh yeah, I guess I'll be out of the bit. Okay.
I don't know. I'm just assuming
And-
you are.
Yeah.
And there's now 2 trees in there.
Yeah, I need to get a tree. You did 2 of them?
Yeah, remember?
Okay. Alright. Well, despite knowing a potential way to get across, you now have fabricated a new one. 2 logs. Stretching across. Oops, I drew it in the wrong spot.
Wait, how do I erase mine?
It's okay, you can leave yours. I'm gonna just... There we go. That's what I meant. Okay. So, you have now spanned the pit trap and the side trap. And you come to... If you guys advance, which I assume you are, you get across the log with no problems. But at the end of the log, you see a new and different looking floor than you have seen before. This time it looks like there are things scribbled into the floor, carved into the floor. And I may or may not have a handout for this. I'm not sure. Let me find out.
Yeah, with just one player down, but that's still a big group, part of a group. Do you mind if we just call it here?
Yeah, that's fine. That works.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had a long day too.
Yeah.
I've been really enjoying this. So I want to put like actual mental power into this
Yeah, I'm tired.
that I
too.
don't have right now. So I'm really sorry.
You're
I
good?
mostly just want to have Guy go into the traps first for a little while, but it seems rude to do it when he's not here.
Totally cool.
Oh, hey, by the way, your character's at 5 health because he fell down a couple of traps because Petal made him go first. Sorry about
I just
that.
really believe that's what God would do,
Because he has such a history of it.
Right, exactly. No, I really do want to give this like the mental energy it deserves.
Yeah, no problem. This is actually a good time to call it because I got an early shift tomorrow anyway.